Hey guys, so today I want to talk a little about the Hyper Awakening Road and what I think about it, and also what characters I think you should be using this road on. So, first off, this Hyper Awakening Road gives you a boost from level 1540 to item level 1620, which is basically, 1640, right? A tier 4 character, which, on the surface seems really, really nice, especially after the fact that we just got the Ignite server and that was a free, completely free 1640. Whereas this one, we just get a bunch of materials and we get some gold at the end to help reimburse us for some of the expenses that it would take for us to push to 1620s from 1540. Now, I originally, and I'm sure many of you guys originally thought that this would be a very, very juice event, which would be similar to like the Super Makoko Expresses that we've gotten in the past, where it basically is a free 1620. It's not exactly free because we do still have to pay money, but in terms of material costs and all that stuff, it would basically all get covered, and we'd really just be paying the gold for the homes. And boy, it was not the case. Now, it is on the surface very similar looking to a Makoko Express, but I would say that this still is, as the name suggests, a road to Hyper Awakening. So similar to like the Descent to Darkness and other events that we've gotten that start at 1600, it's similar to those where we get some help, but in terms of actual help at the end of the day, it really is not like a huge help. No, don't get me wrong, right? It's very nice. It gives us a good amount of materials. It gives us gems, which these roads usually don't give us, and EXP potions, which these roads don't usually give us. So it gives us a lot more than usual. But at the same time, it's definitely not as juiced as what we would have expected. I've heard people that they've done calculations, and from their actual experiences, people spent like 200k pushing a brand new character from 1540 to 1620, which is very expensive, especially if you're a newer player. That's definitely not something you're going to be able to afford right off the gate, right? So for a newer player, for this Express, you're probably going to be pushing up a 1540 relatively slowly. Now, this event lasts until January 15th, which by then I would expect anybody who's playing regularly, even if you're a new player, to be able to have pushed your character from 1540 to 1620 at that time. Now, for anybody who's trying to push it really, really quickly, unfortunately, you are going to have a good, require a good amount of funds to be able to do that. Now, this is my NA East character, and I basically have very minimal resources to push. And when I pushed this character with the Hyper Awakening Express, the Road to Hyper Awakening, it took me 90k to go from 1600 to 1620. I'm 1621 right now because I did do a little bit of advanced honing, which did cost an additional bit of money as well. But in terms of the actual push from 1600 to 1620, it costed me 90k gold, and I did not buy any mats on that process. It was just from bound mats that I had from before, and also from the event itself. And I also had like a box from like a previous event that I used, and I didn't push it to 1620. So there were a lot of help, basically, and it still costed me 90k gold to push. So anybody who is looking to push a character, I would say that you're going to have to expect a good bit of money to be put into your character to actually push it to 1620. So with that, I would say the event is fine, but is it crazy juiced? No, not by any means. And to be honest, it is kind of to be expected because it did come after a big event that we got a free character on. So, you can say that, hey, they didn't give us a very juiced event, but at the same time, I don't think anybody expected this event either. So, give and take, right? But what character would I recommend you guys to put it on? Well, I definitely wouldn't recommend most people to put it on a 1540 unless you're a brand new a brand new player who doesn't have any other option. Like if you don't have another option, yes, power pass a new character, push it up to 1540 with that, and then start honing slowly all the way up to 1620 using the resources they give you. But for anybody who does have an established roster already, and maybe some characters at 1640, or maybe some characters at 1600, 1610, whatever it might be, right? I would recommend that you guys just put it on a character that is either A, 1640 already, That way you can take advantage of just getting the free gold and getting some more gems and things like that, and getting a little bit of materials, right? You're not getting a ton of materials, like you're not getting a crazy amount of shards, which is what most people are gated on, but you will get like some leaps, you'll get some Rehas, you'll get a good amount of materials to help you with the push up. It's not very crazy, but it is a help, right? The other types of characters that I would put it on are like what I did with my artillerist. It was 1600. It didn't really have the materials to get to 1620. I'm going to push it up to 1620 with those materials that they gave us. So either put it on a character that is 1640 or put it on a lower item level character as close to 1620, 1640 as possible. And I think that is the rule of thumb. Put it on a character that is going to be relatively close to 1620, or if it's already 1620, 1640, right? Actually, 1622. That way you can use the materials to advance home. Unfortunately, I still had to use a good bit of materials for the push, so I couldn't advance on everything with the materials they gave me. But if you have a character that is already 1620 as well, I think that that is probably the sweet spot, the absolute sweet spot for a character using the Hyper Awakening Express should be a 1620 character that has not advanced hone yet, because you can use all the materials that they gave you to advance hone your character. And then on top of that, you can push it to 1640 and get some materials from the road as well to help you with that. And then you get some dark fires, you get some elixirs, all that good stuff. I would say 1620 is the golden sweet spot, but again, a little bit below, or 1640 is also an acceptable place to use it. Because if you're pushing a fresh 1540, it is just an astronomical cost in my opinion, and especially if it's not going to be a main 6 gold earner, I really wouldn't recommend it. It's just so expensive. So this event, I would say, of course, a W, because honestly, nobody expected it. But for me, what I kind of expected going into this, I really expected a much better event where it would give you basically a free 1620, but it was far from that. And also, on top of that, the EXP potions that they gave us, unfortunately, these EXP potions are really not that good. Like, they didn't give us that much. I think I heard from somebody that used it from a fresh level 50, only got them to 55. So this is basically kind of like our old EXP potions that we got with the old Mokoko Express. So unfortunately, we didn't get that much either in terms of EXP potions. I really wish that going forward, they would give us enough EXP potions to reach level 60. I think that that would be a nice base, but you know, we'll see if they end up doing that ever. But yeah, this event, in terms of the scale, I'd say it's like a 6 out of 10. It's not like crazy good, but hey, it was something that we weren't expecting to get. So it is what it is, right? So there we go. Use it on a 1620 character if you can. If you can't, use it on a lower item level character or 1640. There it is. Let me know what you guys think of this event down in the comment section below. And as always, if you enjoy these videos, the best way to support the channel is by hitting the sub button or by heading over to my Patreon. And then also I stream on twitch.tv/MisoXShiru starting at 10 p.m. PST every single day. So hopefully I get to see you guys there. But if not, hopefully I'll see y'all on the next video. All right, guys. Peace.